Welcome, everybody. This is the tight end episode for Week 9 in the NFL over on OwnersBox. If you haven't played over OwnersBox yet, it's the best place to play daily fantasy sports. For football, you don't have to have a kicker. You don't have to have a defense. You get a super flex, so you could have two quarterbacks in there if you wanted. If you want to play, they're matching deposits up to $500. You just got to click on the link in our description and use code Menley. Soda starting us off with our honorable mentions at the tight end position. Soda, go.
Honorable mention, you have got to keep an eye on the injury report this week because if Cooper Kupp is out, you must play Tyler Higbee, but we aren't sure what he's going to do yet. So he's honorable mention. Same with the Raiders. If Darren Waller's out, got to play Foster Moreau. And then third one, finally broke out last week, Kyle Pitts. Keep an eye on him as well. And I would just like to mention, too, finding good tight end plays are so difficult, and it's how you win big money. Last night, I was trying to build my lineup, kind of do some prep work for this. I ended up with 3 tight ends in my lineup at one time. Not sure how that happened, but it sure allowed me to spend up other places.
Yeah, we talked about it at the running back position with nobody under 5,000, really. Tight end might be that place where you have to look and just hope you can get the guys that are getting the targets in the red zone, getting those touchdowns. We're going to try to help you find them. So that brings us to our top 5. At number 5, someone who's been very popular in our list, and that is Evan Ingram, going against 31st ranked Las Vegas defense against tight ends. He's still only 4,200. They won't raise his price. He's going to be 4,200 until he scores 75 points a game. So what do you think about Evan Ingram?
I like this play. He looked good in London. I know he only had 4 catches, but he had that nice touchdown. He's guaranteed about, I'd say, at least 5 targets a game. Or right there, you see he's getting 6, 7, 6. So guaranteed to get 5 targets. He's going to get some red zone targets if they're in there. So liking this play. How about you, Adam?
Yeah, and at 4,200, that's exactly what you're paying for. They did sign a big target this week. They took a gamble on our man out of Atlanta there in Calvin Ridley, but he won't be around till next week or till next year, so you don't have to worry about Evan Ingram getting less than 5 targets. That is why Evan Ingram is number 5 this week. At number 4, Soda talked about the injury report. Hayden Hurst is playing without Jamar Chase, so Hayden Hurst will be a good play this week at tight end. That is why he is at number 4. Soda, give us your thoughts on Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, honestly, he was a pretty good play even when Jamar Chase was in. You can see it in his game log there. He's been pretty consistent this year, but just one of those that you expect with Jamar Chase being out. He's got to fill in with some receptions here and there, and Higgins and Boyd are going to get more attention. So again, just another play you gotta look to because of injuries.
Yeah, gotten to watch a few Bengals games this year with them playing in prime time. Hayden Hurst has looked like he has real good hands. I haven't seen Burrow go to the number 3 receiver much with Chase out, so it'll be Boyd, Higgins, and Hayden Hurst. Hayden Hurst a good play this week at $4,400, and that brings us to number 3, former Viking Tyler Conklin of the New York Jets. He is only 4,100 over on OwnersBox. So he had 10 targets last week for 79 yards and 2 touchdowns, so maybe heavily owned. But Soda, what are your thoughts on Conklin this week?
This is a guy last year that always bit me in the ass when I was trying to pick Vikings players and put them in my lineup. Because if I didn't pick him, he scored a touchdown. If I picked him, he sucked and didn't do anything. So, Adam, I'm going to let you take this one away and tell the people why we decided we like this play.
Yeah, Tyler Conklin's a solid tight end. Elijah Moore is kind of on the cusp on if he even wants to be a Jet. Corey Davis still questionable. If Corey Davis is out, Tyler Conklin's pretty much a must at only 4,100. He's going to get a lot of snaps either way, so we love Tyler Conklin this week. And that brings us to number 2. We have him in our lineup again this week, and that is Robert Tonyan going against Detroit. Alan Lazard still listed as questionable. Looks like he practiced. But Robert Tonyan, we still believe is a good play. We're not really sure what's going on with the Packers, but Aaron Rodgers loves people that he can trust, and Robert Tonyan seems to be one of those people. Soda, thoughts on Tonyan?
You can see the common theme here of how we pick tight ends. We're looking for teams that have injuries where the tight end's going to get extra targets. Clearly, that's been every pick we've had so far. But Big Bob should have had a touchdown last week. He got screwed with an OPI call. They're going to get him in the end zone this week. Make up for it.
Yes, sir. That brings us to our number one, and we are sticking with that theme, Soda, with teams that have injuries. We've had a Charger in every edition of these Owners Box episodes. We had him in receiver. We had one at running back. And Gerald Everett is our number one tight end this week at 4,800 with probably the top two receivers for the Chargers being out this week. Soda, what do you think about Gerald Everett?
Definitely, if you listen to all of our episodes, definitely don't play all three Chargers in the same lineup. You could, I guess, but you got to get your value in there and mix and match with your lineups here. But from a tight end perspective, with the injuries, even if Palmer plays, Everett's going to be treated basically like WR2. And if Palmer doesn't play for some reason, he's going to be treated like WR1 at the tight end position. So just incredible value because of injuries here.
Yeah, and I'm kind of interested to see what the Chargers do because they have quite a few guys that they'll play at that tight end position between Everett, Parham, and McKitty. Looks like Parham is listed as questionable, so I don't know if the Chargers will ever enter a two tight end set or anything. But Gerald Everett, if you are going to play a Chargers tight end, is the guy to play. And again, 2 weeks in a row where we didn't have Kelsey and Mark Andrews available on the slate. So there is a lot of cheap options at the tight end position, and just got to hope you pick the right one. So to recap, we have at number 5, Evan Ingram, number 4, Hayden Hurst, number 3, Tyler Conklin, number 2, Robert Tonyan, and number 1, Gerald Everett. We hope everyone has a very good week over on Owner's Box. Stay manly, everybody.